Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to Live Stories, episode number 12. And today we'll be telling you about the story behind Dick Clark today. Now today 10 years ago when Dick Clark suddenly passed away, I have a seizure. Now, what you might know now, or what's been going on, I tell the audience that Dick Clark suddenly passed away that day. But I did it on my main channel that was originally called LJPCBM LLC. It was shocking as hell right now. Excuse my language, but it's shocking, you know. Let's get back to let's do my story. How Dick Clark used to be known as Dick Clark back then. It was started in the early 2000s when I first watched a Recess episode called "Yes, Mikey, Santa Shave." In the Recess special direct video specials called "Recess Christmas Miracle on 3rd Street." And you know what? This has to be the best Dick Clark specials that I've ever seen on Disney. You know? And when Dick Clark said, and now we're going to 3rd Street where Principal Quigley School has a recess extravaganza, and then Principal Quigley will be like, Dick Clark said my name! I'm just like speechless to Principal Quigley at this point, you know? Whenever I saw his name, when he said Dabney Coleman playing Miss Principal Quigley's name at the time, I was speechless, you know? Heard about it, and that was the first time I heard Dick Clark, you know? But my original background came in the 90s when I first watched Dick Clark, you know? Then in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, or in late 2000s, I watched Dick Clark rock New Year's Eve, and when he set the tone, say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year! He just started kissing his wife, you know? I'm not sure how many years that was in the time, but he kissed his wife, you know? Still love Dick Clark Productions, but I love the 90s one better than it was in the current days, but now he sold it to another company, you know? Which I'll talk about a little bit. But come 2010s, this is his last time doing all of this, which I said early in the episode. He has been diagnosed with I don't know what it was, but let me check Wikipedia and see. At that time frame, let me mute this due to copyright reasons, but and he's the host of American Bandstand at that time frame. Yes, he was diagnosed with something I couldn't recognize in that time frame. It was an illness in 2004 that in Larry King Live, which I've never seen, but he died, which I'll talk about Larry King just a little in the same different episodes. But anyway, it was diabetes, and his death, it was in the same reaction that my papa was having when he had diabetes when he died, you know, in 2006, you know. I mean, he died from the disease, coronary artery disease, you know. I mean, the same problem, the longest illness my papa was having, you know. And, yeah. But then again, 2006 was more my early LJPCBM club careers, you know. Then again, it has to be one of the strangest years in my life, period. Except for the fact that, 2012 that is. Especially the fact that I had brain malfunction, which I'll talk about that. I talk about it in the same episode, which I'll talk about brain malfunction in just a few moments. But anyway, in a different episode. But anyway, he died after undergoing a transsocial retardation and treatment of a prostate. I mean, he was terminated today, 10 years ago today. And his ash was serving in the Pacific Ocean. Now, when I talk about this, it was a shocking thing that happened, you know. It was sad to me. I don't know what it was in the time, but you know what? It was screwing me over big time. You know, I don't know what the specific thing that happened during his death. You know, in 2012, with April 18th, which I taped this from on, which I taped this on. Back then, it was after my hiatus from my my YouTube channel. I did one of my school videos one time frame, and it said would return. And after this, I was doing my report on Dick Clark's passing. You know, it was shocking me to talk about this, but then I recently realized that I did not realize what happened next. It was I did not know he was hosting American Bandstand until Entertainment Tonight did this all of a sudden. I was surprised, you know. I just didn't know what it was in the time. I was watching just some songs when I first discovered YouTube in 2006. Jerry Lewis singing Great Balls of Fire when this happened. Michael Jackson singing ABC was on Entertainment Tonight on the Jackson 5. What else I did listen to? American Bandstand stuff. Charles O'Donnell, before he passed, 2010, he was in the, whatever that was, I don't know. He was in the American Bandstand that time frame as one of the Clock Award lists. I don't know what it was. And then some many other celebrities. I did watch All About Dick Clark most recently on YouTube. Not only Behind the Music, but also on VH1's most recent documentary. No, not this most recent documentary. It was 2000's documentary, you know. But then I realized his interview came. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know what it was. I wasn't listening to Thriller at that time because as you get older, I'm not into Thriller music anymore. Well, Michael Jackson Thriller at that time. You don't get too much listen to pop anymore, which I'll talk about that in a little bit, which is a different episode. But anyway, I listened to so much heavy metal, classic rock, which killed so many people, like MTV, for example, which I'll talk about MTV in another episode. But this is how much I love heavy metal rock and roll, you know. But then again, Dick Clark's legacy gave us so many treasures, you know. From Elvis Kwelp, you know, just really inspired me, you know, really love to do. For many years, I was inspired by two journalists, a filmmaker, and a movie reviewer, and a sexual idol goddess. Those are the 5 inspirations I got to make films and TV shows over the years. And what these 5 I'm referring to, Robin and Jim, I talked about in episode 2. Danebo, which I'll talk about in another episode. And two other people, Bob Show, Ray Fox Audio. Great people. I have seen most of their work, and I have not seen recent Northern Orange videos in 2021 since Grapefruit's new voice happened. I was devastated what happens next. I was waiting for Bob James to come back as Grapefruit, excuse me. But unfortunately, he did not come back. You know, it's Grapefruit, you know. But that's just me. There's so many changes for Northern Orange. But, you know, that's just me. And then Dick Clark came to play. I felt like it was an entertainment business, you know. Love entertainment. Love more of this stuff. And that's all I think about is pop culture, politics, sports, everything else I can do for at the company I form, you know. So you know what? there's no need to be saying, and people tell me no politics rule. That's not what LJPCBM Club is all about, you know? And that really hurts the LJPCBM Club's trust, you know? So, there you go. That is more entertainment to you guys out there. So, yeah, So, this is about 10 years ago since Dick Clark died, and feel like it's all about the jukebox and other things. So the legacy will live on, and the company's name has been changing after Dick Clark Productions changed. You know, I don't know what happened. It's just I felt devastated when this happened. You know, and feel like changing. You know, that's just me. And that was episode 12 of Life Stories. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's gonna be my own David 3000 story. Till next time, it's Joseph. Bye, peace out, baby. We get more life stories for you guys very soon. Till then, Joseph out. See ya.